How's it going? How's it going? We're going to enjoy some Men of Culture. Going to react to some Japanese metal. More Men of Culture stuff, more like it. Look at that. Look at that. Lovely. What is that model's name? Well, I should know this. Let's learn something together, shall we? Let's learn her name. We got to know her name, right? Let's find out. Let's find out what it is together. Looks like she is a member of the NMB 48. That's nice. That's good to know. We use DeepL here to translate it. You can see I was already looking at some other videos beforehand. We got some good Men of Culture stuff here. Yuzu Tumui Hungo. I probably butchered that. Okay, you know, I do that. It's almost like an R form. If I could... But Yuzu. All right, well, you do indeed. Lovely stuff. Great. Appropriately dressed for a beach. Now, she does look lovely, doesn't she? But there is something else I do want to talk about real fast. Gonna have to change from this to this. I know it's a drastic shift, right? That's an ugly mug. Rest in peace, Vinnie. Okay, but you go from this to this. I do want to talk about Pantera. I want to talk about the Pantera reunion tour again, and hopefully the last time. That's probably won't be the last time. Phone made a ding. I'm looking for it. Okay, well, I can't find it. I hope no one calls. Okay, so I am a pretty big fan of Pantera. I shouldn't really have to explain that. I mean, I think it's kind of a given. But 5 Minutes Alone is one of my favorite songs. Cemetery Gates is really good. There's a lot of great songs. Okay? There was a time when you had like ringback calls or like when you had the song as a ringtone. Mine was Pantera. Which my parents did not enjoy because they're like, what happens if your grandma calls you and she hears that guy yelling in anger and stuff? I'm like, well, then, I mean, hopefully she'll understand. Did she ever calls me? Anyway. Okay, so they're no longer here. They're both dead. Rest in peace. So how can you have a reunion tour if two of the core members are dead? But, oh, well, the singer is still around, and the bass player is still around. Well, I mean, that's interesting. So what, you're just going to get Zack Wilde and the drummer from Anthrax and just do a Pantera reunion tour without the two other members? Yeah. Now, my problem with this is that it seems, and not seems, is that it blatantly goes against the wish of Vinnie Paul. Now, I understand that the estate happened, gave it their blessing, so to speak, and they could do what they want, right? And here's the other thing, too. When I give my opinion about this, you probably already know where it's going to go, but if you disagree, that's fine. That's fine. Like, you may have a different take, and that's fine, too. But it seems like this reunion tour was something that Zack Wilde and other people really wanted to do when Dimebag died too. Okay, so when Vinnie was still around and they could have done something in memory of Dimebag, Vinnie did not want to do it. Vinnie was opposed to that. Now, and we have a video here of Vinnie explaining that. Then we also have this interview here where Zack Wilde presents a totally different story, a version that it makes it seem as Vinnie was totally cool with this and always wanted to do it. But it's like, which one is the truth? I'm going to lean with Vinnie was telling the truth and that he didn't want to do it. And then just so happens, now that he's dead and then there's no one stopping him, they're going to go ahead and do a reunion tour. I said before, my first time sharing my opinion of it is that it seems like just a way just to make money off the Pantera name. That's what it is. I mean, the tickets should do well. It's a good name. There's legacy behind it. I can understand from a business perspective why they would want to do it. But I think in a situation like this that I personally think it's that it pisses on the grave of Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul. I think it does. If you disagree, that's fine. That's fine. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful to do that sort of reunion tour, especially if you called it a tribute tour, that would be something different. But reunion, as if like the band's reuniting? What are you talking about? Anyway, so let's play this part. Now, it's a YouTube short, so it is what it is.
Pantera.
Here we go.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. You know, if Eddie Van Halen wants to get shot in the head 4 times next week, then would everybody be going, hey, man?
That's pretty cold. All right. If Van Halen wants to get shot 4 times in the head. So he brings up that. Vinnie brings up that in reference to his brother. Okay?
Zack, go play for Van Halen. Just call it Van Halen. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's really selfish for people to think that, and it's stupid. They call it a reunion for a reason. It's called bringing the original members back to what it was, you know?
That's exactly it. A reunion tour is bringing back the original members. But you can't do that. 2 of them are dead. You can't bring them back. And even when one was dead, Vinnie didn't want to do it. He was opposed to it. Okay?
So there's a lot of these things that they call reunions that aren't really reunions. They got one dude from the band floating around in them, you know? I mean, that's not a true reunion. With Pantera, it'll never be possible, you know?
You've once again
He said never be possible.
stated that a Pantera reunion is completely out of the question. Why do you think people don't get tired of talking about
People are
it?
selfish, man. You know, they want what they want. They don't care what you want, you know?
Okay. So I let the beginning of that play, that short, okay, to really focus in that. So Vinnie said that a reunion tour would never be possible. Now keep in mind that the only reason why the reunion tour is happening now is because Vinnie's dead. Now that both brothers are dead, the record company behind it, and they can make it happen. They can make this happen and make money off of it. Some people see it the other way, be like, oh no, but it's going to bring Pantera back. There's a lot of people who don't know about Pantera that would really like to hear it. It's going to be great to expose, young fans of metal to Pantera. I get that argument, and it is compelling. It is compelling. But with that, you'd also go, okay, so. But when you think about that, it was not going to ever happen with Vinnie, and then now that Vinnie's dead, now it's going to happen. So it's like, screw that guy. That guy was stopping it, and he sees it as a thing of selfishness. You know, he's like, these guys really want to do this reunion tour, but I'm just not going to do it because it's like, my brother's dead. We can't do it. I guess it depends on what's more important to you. I guess, like exposing young metal fans, young metalheads to Pantera, are honoring the wishes of Vinnie Paul. What? Because I don't know if you can have both. And I suppose you'd be like, well, the wishes of a dead man mean what exactly? I mean, he's no longer he's no longer calling the shots. He's no longer part of the discussions and the meetings and whatever. Then I mean, the one that's word worth. I mean, it's just I see it, and I'm leaning more towards that. I think it's disrespectful. I do think it's disrespectful, but it doesn't have to be. They don't have to call it a reunion tour. Like I said, if it was a tribute tour, a tribute band thing, that would be fine. And that's what it's going to turn out to be anyway. Zack Wilde, he could play, but Zack Wilde playing Pantera, what's probably going to happen is Zack Wilde is going to put his spin on the Pantera songs. I think does Zack Wilde not have an ego? I mean, earned, but he does have an ego. So, and you're telling me that he's not going to put his own spin to the Pantera songs? Of course he is. Of course he is. So it's could definitely be a tribute band for sure. But call it a reunion. My other thing too is Zack. It sounds like flat out freaking lied here in this interview. We'll play part of this. This is Zack Wilde and Charlie, the drummer from Anthrax, talking to some channel on Sirius. All right, here we go.
I mean, the fellas have always, when Vinnie was still with us, it was always rolling around that, Zack, would you honor Dime and
Let's back that up. He said when Vinnie was still with us, he was always rolling around with, would you honor... I can't believe I heard that. It's complete opposite of what Vinnie Paul said there.
When Vinnie was still with us, it was always rolling around that, Zack, would you honor Dime and all of us...
Zack, would you honor Dime?
Get together and do the thing. I said, fellas,
and would you get together and do this? But we just saw it Vinnie Paul was interviewed, and he said it was never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So which one is it?
Whenever you want to do this thing, I'll be over here waiting in the dugout and the bullpen, and just call me in when you need me. I'll learn everything and we'll go do this. So, but it's throughout the years, there's always been like rumblings about it. So,
Yeah, it sounds like throughout the years there have been rumblings about it, but it sounds like Vinnie Paul didn't want to do it, though. Let's play this again.
And it's unfortunate that people go, oh, wow, man, they could get Zack Wilde to jump up there on stage and it's Pantera again. No, it's not. Yeah. It's not that simple.
Wow, even drops that name, too. It's almost as if Zack Wilde was really chomping at the bit for this. Chomping at the bit. I bet he has. I bet he was. Ooh, man. I don't know, man. That bad taste is solidifying in my mouth, and you're really tasting it.
If Eddie Van Halen wants to get shot in the head 4 times next week, and would everybody be going, hey, man, Zack, go play for Van Halen. Just call it Van Halen. You see what I'm saying?
See, that wouldn't fly either. All right. So, but definitely, let me know what you think about this for sure. Anyway, that's I think we're gonna go back to some Graver content for sure.